You're not on the field, court or ice.
CWall.
You are on the couch. From PG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, CWall, delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from a hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's CWall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you're not on the field. Court or the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it make 'em mad, man. CWall and we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.
Happy Thursday, everybody. This is your girl, CWall. We are live down here at the Wharf, coaching from the couch. Live and direct from the studio. Y'all, it's been 2 weeks since I saw y'all last. And I'm smiling because it's actually something to smile about. Liz, can I just tell y'all in the very beginning, I'm not talking about the Redskins. Can I just get that out of the way? I'm joking. If we're able to get to them, we will. But first, we have to talk about all of the great and wonderful things going on in DC sports right now. You guys, I know some of you all were looking forward to this show. I got several messages, DMs, inbox, text, said, oh, I can't wait until Thursday at 7:30, and we are here. The time is now, and I am just delighted that you all are here with me. Like John just said, it's been 2 weeks too long. Listen, we got to get all of your DC sports loving family and friends in on this conversation because we have a lot to talk about, but all good stuff, all great stuff, actually, okay? Look, I don't even know where to start. I'll be starting with Bowie State because they undefeated right now. I'll be starting with the Mystics because they won the championship last Thursday. Oh, man. And then, the Nats. The Nats. And y'all know I don't mind being wrong because I talk. You know what? I started to say we need to find a clip from back in May when I was dragging them. I was like, oh, just forget it. We just gonna fire everybody, get Davey Martinez out of here. And now look, winners on the way to the World Series. What can we say? But I'm going to go ahead and start off with Bowie State first, you guys. The Bowie State Bulldogs celebrated their homecoming this past Saturday. And is there anybody out there that attends CWall University? I know where CWall University is because my family is from down there in Ahoskie, North Carolina, Murfreesboro, North Carolina. And let me tell y'all something. Let me just say I'm sorry because the Bowie State Bulldogs beat y'all down on Saturday for their homecoming. It was something like a debacle. But you know what? Bowie State is holding strong first in the CIAA. 569 total offensive yards on Saturday. What in the world did you do? That 569? Oh, man, they're out there killing it. Got to shout out the junior quarterback, Jerome Johnson, had 193 rushing yards. That's something else. 97 passing yards. Tremendous play right there. This weekend, though, one of my interns, Davin, she is don't let me get it wrong because she's got on me She was like, I didn't go to Virginia Union, it's Virginia State. I messed it all up the other day. I was like, well, Virginia Union, because Virginia Union's homecoming is this weekend too. So, hey, listen, she goes to Virginia State. So I think I had her in her feelings a little bit. I was talking about Bowie State too much. And she was like, well, you know, that's we rivals. We really big rivals. And I was like, okay, well, Bowie State might beat y'all down at y'all homecoming this weekend. I don't know what to tell you, Davin. But I mean, it's,
Best of luck.
best of luck. Enjoy homecoming. But, you know, the game might not go so well. But at the same token, she said they have a very interesting history. Bowie State and Virginia State. So if you're going down there, it will be good. I'm pretty sure it will be a game to watch, a big rivalry in the CIAA. So stay tuned for that. Good, best of luck to Bowie State. I mean, shout out. I got a lot of friends that went to Virginia State. So, I mean, I'm not hating or anything like that. I'm just stating facts. But I do have to talk about the Maryland Terrapins. So we missed the week. The week that they actually did well, we weren't in the studio. So they went back to doing bad. They got beat pretty bad by Purdue. And Purdue is like fourth in their division. And so they had beat, just the week prior, the Terps had beat Rutgers 48-7. And I think the score was almost something like that against Purdue last weekend, with Purdue being on top. Listen, the Terps have to play Indiana this weekend, over in College Park at 3:30, and I think Maryland has to win maybe 3 games, including the game on Saturday, to even have a chance, an attempt at a bowl game. And do they even need to play in a bowl game? I don't know. This is, it's so confusing watching the Terps because they're so up and down. They're either really good or they're really bad, and there's just no in between. And this past Saturday's game, there was a lot of self-inflicted wounds going on out there. I'm like, are you just beating yourself at this point? I don't know what to tell you. You know, Purdue doesn't have to do much to beat you. But I'm going to go back to what we were saying a couple weeks ago about the Terps. And it was around, are they ready for the Big Ten? And to be competitive in the Big Ten is tough. And, some folks said they should have just stayed in the ACC. I don't know. But I'm hoping that this is just a growth year, a building year. You all know when the season first started, I was very excited, thinking, here we go. Maryland, they done made a comeback. But no, they have not made a comeback. They still had a lot of work to do. Because and people will know you gotta have you gotta get it right in your conference. That's the key. If you can be competitive within your conference, then that's where we know where you are. Or how we know where you are, but they're not looking good in that conference. It looks downright bad, you guys. And all I can do is hope for the best. I mean, Indiana is favorited to win on Saturday, so we'll see what happens. Maybe Maryland can pull a shocker because they definitely need to win this game. They absolutely need to win this game. So we'll see what happens, but it's not looking promising for them right now. So let's move on. Oh, wait a minute. I think there was another update from Maryland. Senior wide receiver DJ Turner will not return for the remainder of this season. He was driving under the influence. He was pulled over. This was like September 20th, so this was right around during their bye week. And everything has come down on that, so he is out for the rest of the season. That was just announced late yesterday. So hopefully they're already reporting that he's doing everything that he's supposed to do off the field. So hopefully he can keep it together and maybe come back next year. The Caps. We're going to talk about the Caps briefly. The Caps are the third in the Metropolitan Division. It's still early in the season. You know, the hockey season is like baseball. It's very long. But they are 4-2. Had a great game last night against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I'm just going to leave it at that. The only thing I really had to say about the Cats, and then we can move on to, I don't know, I guess I'll probably end up talking about the Nats next. But they're so supportive of, like, everybody. They go to, like, when they're in town, right? So they go to the Nats games, and they're just everywhere. And Ovi has already predicted that the Nats will win the World Series in 5 games. I guess he just picked 5 games because the Cats won the Cup in 5 games. I don't know why he picked 5, but he picked 5. So I'm just going to go with Ovi on that one as we move into the conversation about the Washington Nationals. I still can't believe it. And so in these last 2 weeks, a lot has happened. Were we here when they won the wild card? I think we were in the studio when they won the wild card. And they played in the division series against the LA Dodgers, where they were not favorited. And they closed it out. It was in dramatic fashion. Shout out to Howie Kendrick for his grand slam that sealed the deal. And I just have to say, I didn't see any of this coming. Maybe that's why it's so exciting. Maybe that's why it's so sweet. Is because I didn't call it. Right? I mean, I like being right. I do. Who doesn't? But this is just completely out of the blue. And you see the post that continues to say that they have been the best team in baseball since the end of May. Now, that is when, I don't know what happened. We need to find out what happened. Because to my guy Cameron Mingo's point, 19-31 in May to World Series bound. I think the probability, when you have a record like that, at that time, in May, I think the probability of making the playoffs, so we're not even talking World Series, just making the playoffs is like 0.1. So they're just not supposed to even be close to where they are right now. But yet, I can't believe, I need to know what was said and who said it and everything. Please. What kind of, did they pray that prayer that Tom Brady prayed when they played the Atlanta Falcons in Super Bowl 51 the other year when they came back? What happened? I mean, listen, I talked a lot of trash about Davey Martinez, and I have to tell you, even during the playoffs, I was like, I'm not going to say, I'm going to hold on to my congratulatory remarks. But after they swept the St. Louis Cardinals, I have to say, Davey Martinez, great job. That was just wow. Because who you are in the face of adversity says a lot about you. And being a leader of people is not easy. It's hard. And baseball is hard. Baseball is a tough sport. And to elevate to the level of play that we've seen. Now, granted, some people are like, well, the Nats only won, I think, total 93 games, perhaps. But that's no small. That is a big deal considering where they were in May. And we've just seen everybody on this team carry their weight. And talk about clutch. It's been enough to go around. It's been enough moments to go around with this team. Everybody has shown up. And let me tell you something. I can't say enough about the pitching. I said to myself about Strasburg, I said, just let him stay in the game until his arm fall off. I mean, no, you can't. You're not supposed to do that. But listen, I have a stat. I gotta let me try to pull it up here, guys. But I mean, it was, and maybe I can find it, maybe I can't. Just what he has done in the postseason. I said to myself, what? Let me see this. Strasburg has allowed only 4 runs over 22 postseason innings with 33 strikeouts. Do you know how hard it is to do that? That is difficult. It's like unbelievable. And they swept the Cardinals. I mean, it's just been a team effort. It's been a team effort. I want to say, I think probably, other than me having to say Davey Martinez, whatever it is that was said to you and what you had to say to everybody else, kudos. Because you got to figure it out, especially with the bullpen woes. The bullpen woes were real. We didn't imagine those woes. We saw them. They were real. And so to see the team respond in this manner is just tremendous. I'm going to tell you who I'm really happy for. I am elated for Ryan Zimmerman. Ryan Zimmerman has been true to the Nats from day one. And I just can't say enough. I was speechless. I cried on Tuesday night. I couldn't believe it. I said, I've never, but nobody has seen it. Not even them. Not playing for the Nats. I was literally in tears. And Sherrod has joined us. He knows I get real into this stuff. And I was literally like, I cannot believe this. So, to Sherrod's point, even without Bryce, Bryce was a big part, right? Because I always felt like Bryce sold tickets. He was the market. He had a marketing edge. And then remember, during most of the season, they were talking about fans not coming to the game, people not hyped. You see more of the opposing team fans in the stands than you see the home team fans. And, folks been talking about that. Well, all these Nats fans, come on, listen. I'll accept y'all. I'll accept all the Nats fans. Come on. If you're new, hello. Come. Come on and just come on and join us. It's okay. It's all right to like baseball for the next week or so. It's okay with me. But I'm telling you, they had as to Sherrod's point, they had a solid roster without Bryce. Then you saw the front office make moves to get even more people, even add more to the roster. They had to let Trevor Rosenthal go, because I'm sorry, they wouldn't have made it nowhere with Trevor. I'm not gonna go back on that one. But you already know that's one drag I'm not taking back. So it's just, So I just think, in terms of manager of the year, John Adams asked that question. I absolutely think Davey Martinez should get it. I don't know who else. I mean, not with this kind of shift and change. Incredible. He's a for sure candidate. If I had a vote, I would vote for him. And I'm not saying that I would vote for him because it's the Nats. I'm saying I would vote for him because I know I have never seen a team, maybe somebody has in sports, just have gone from worst to first like this. We would have to think about that a little longer. But in baseball, it is very, very difficult to do what they have done. I mean, maybe making the playoffs, but this run they've gone on is tremendous. Cameron asks, the Yankees or the Astros, I don't care. I don't care. Whoever won it, that's all I know. Whoever want the smoke is who I want. It's who we going at. But I know a lot of people would prefer the Yankees. I know a lot of people would prefer the Yankees for various reasons. A lot of people don't like the Yankees, so I get it. Whichever one would like to get beat. It's like, no, I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen, because I made a comment last week. I said the Nats don't have to do another thing for me, for this city. Y'all have done enough, and I just can't even. I just can't say enough about those guys. To Sherrod's point, Ryan Zimmerman, he's just the ultimate professional, and just learning from, the rough years and the good years, and just still being right here. I would absolutely love to see him win this World Series, or be a part of this team. And it's just like business as usual. I am slightly concerned, not a lot, about the days that they have off. But I'm totally shocked, you all, that they swept the Cardinals. But the Cardinals was looking terrible. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was some days I'm like, well, did you remember you were on the field? Or what? They just was letting everything fly past them and they couldn't hit anything. So hey, I'm excited that they did make it interesting. Thank you for that. Get them right on out of the way. Get them right on out of the way. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. Now, before I move on to the champions, the big news from the Washington Wizards. I meant to jump to them earlier and got excited thinking about talking about the Nets, and so I jumped. But the big news with the Wizards is the big Bradley Beal extension. The big Bradley Beal extension. 2 years, $72 million max contract. Hey, listen, I shared with people back during the summer that, to my understanding and my knowledge of the situation, Bradley Beal absolutely wanted at the time, and as you can see by him signing this deal, wanted to be in D.C. He wanted to be a part of the rebuild, and he has been a part of it already. Nobody can tell the future, but what I can say, and I will continue to say, is this. The Wizards are doing what you are supposed to do in order to get it right. That doesn't mean you're going to get it right tomorrow, but what it does mean is that you are planning ahead. And if the front office and the culture isn't right, that's where the culture stems from. The culture stems from the front office. They had to get Ernie out of there. They had to. And on top of that, Ted had to be transparent with himself enough to know, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting this wrong. And I need help figuring it out. And I will forever be impressed with that level of transparency with self. And that's what Ted did. The front office moves and him going out, him meaning Ted Leonsis, going out and getting feedback and wanting to know, what do I need to do? What is your perception of me? What is the perception of the organization? He's showing that my girl Tia has joined the conversation. He's showing his commitment to making the Wizards better. What more can you ask for? And if you read all of the reports, all of the details, Ted and Tommy, I'm going to start calling them TNT. I just came up with that just now. I feel like that was a stroke of genius that just hit me while I was talking to y'all. But anyway, they had to present to him the future of the organization, the plan, the rebuild, how he's a part of it, all of those things. I want to see the presentation, but I need to see a lot. I need to know who and what was said to Davey Martinez that made them change the whole course of their season. And I also need to see the presentation that Ted and Tommy gave to Brad and his agent, because that must have been some presentation. But not only that, we know that Brad wants to be here and he wants to be a part of something great and believes that they can do that. He truly believes it. I know we all sit back, right, and we look and we were like, I would go here, go there, wherever else to go and win. But he believes it, and whatever Ted and Tommy shared with him about the direction of the organization, he bought into it. He signed the paper. And it's so funny, right? It's hilarious to me because, he's saying like, oh, I still got 2 years left on my contract. It is no rush. It's no rush. Brad knew he was signing that paperwork. He knew. And so it's like, I just see the camaraderie. I see the for real DC family. And I'm just going to let y'all know, pay attention to the love that's being shown from the teams and the players to the Mystics, to the Nats, to the Caps, shoot, even to the Redskins, everybody, the Wizards. They really are believing and making a part of their culture, the DC family. So I think today was a win. It was certainly a win for Brad and his family. Great. Hey, get the bag, please. But for him to make that kind of commitment to the Wizards says a lot. And I think that Brad is very smart. It's far from stupid. And it's not about money. It's not all about money. We know it's got something to do with money, but he believes in it. He believes in it. He saw something in this plan and this vision, and he know that he's a part of it and can have input into it as well. And he believes in it. So, hey, you guys, if Brad believes in it, we should too. I'm here to tell y'all now, if they get out there and start singing, I'm going to be like, I remember what I told y'all, but but it was a change of plans. You know, I don't mind coming on the show and saying, "Hey, listen, y'all, I got that one wrong." But but I think it's good. Great things to come. I know that the roster isn't as sexy as people would like it, and it's not as sexy as other rosters. But I do think that we got some good stuff ahead. And that's great. That's great. Let me move on to the champions of the WNBA. That would be the Washington Mystics. Okay? Do I even need to go? Do we even need to talk about it? What do we really need to say about it? Congratulations. Okay? Now, I will say I was right about them. I was right about them. I said, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, get to a game. Them girls balling for real. And they out there trash talking. I be like, Lord, somebody's going to get put out. But nobody got put out. And they stayed on the court. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is a great thing. I just can't say enough about that team. You all have been hearing me from the beginning of the seasons tell you guys this is something special they got brewing. Them girls lost the championship last year and they feel some type of way about it, and they not losing this year. I knew it. It was a one for a split second. I was like, oh God, please. But I knew they were going to make it, and they were going to make it out. I have to shout out all of them. And Alina, can we talk about Alina Deladon playing with that bad back? 3 herniated discs. I had to tell some people, I said, listen, I broke my nail the other day, and I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room. My nail had broke down all the way to like the nail bed, and I was like, oh. And she's out there, 3 herniated discs? Listen, and she still is talking about her back. Okay, y'all have been seeing her. And the Mystics, they've been on Good Morning America. You know, Elena Deladon, they out here throwing out the pitch in Game 4 at the Nats game. She brought some of that championship flair. She put some of that championship heat on that baseball. That's probably why they won. We had a lot to do with it. Could have been, because she touched that puck last night too at the Caps Maple Leafs game, and the Caps won that too. So she need to go. She need to go. Look, I need to take her with me down to Ashburn. She need to go to FedEx Field on and lay out on the field. She just need to just do angels. Just whew. So yeah, like so. Listen, it's I don't want to, you know. Oh yeah, I got to shout out Darrell, Mr. Rollback from Walmart, because that's who he is, y'all. And he's famous. I didn't know that he was Mr. Rollback. So he's Mr. Rollback. That's my guy right there. And I will see you on Sunday. We're going to jump from the champions real quick and just close out, you know, I guess with the Redskins and say, I don't even know, sister. He said, see you on Sunday. I'm like, well, I guess that is a good segue into... yeah, so like the 49ers will be everybody's laughing at me. I'm telling you, this is rough. But yeah, okay, we got a question because I didn't know what to say about them. So what you gonna say? Girl, go ahead.
Did we win because the guy dropped the ball at the end?
I think we won because Jesus was on the main line. I think Jesus was on the goal line.
I do too, because that was crazy.
Listen. Hey, listen, I get it. A win is a win. A win is a win.
And this Sunday will be a win.
And then, okay, well, Joyce said that. I'm not saying it. This weekend, what I will say is that it is alumni weekend. This weekend, I will see Darrell at the game on Sunday, and hopefully the weather is good. I'm always going to encourage people to come out to the game. But the 49ers, they look good. I watched that 49ers Rams game on Sunday, and I said either the 49ers are really good or the Rams still have their heart broken from losing, because people don't bounce back from that Super Bowl loss. Everybody don't. The New England Patriots bounce back, but the Rams wasn't looking too tight, and we know that they've made a few moves this week as a result. And I ain't mad at that, but the 49ers are tough. I know people have already heard Kyle Shanahan. I'm not saying that he's been out here talking trash, but hey, listen, if the media asks him a question, he gonna answer it. So he answered a couple questions, basically about his time when he was here, and it wasn't the best of times for him. But it definitely showed, and you never know. I mean, I will say this before we get ready to head out. And I've been thinking about this. I was going to ask you all what you all thought about this, because I started thinking to myself. I said, can one person shift a team's culture? Right? So I'm starting to think it got that question popped into my head based on all this DC family and all this everything around Bradley Beal being all in with the future for the Wizards and signing that extension, because so many people thought he wasn't, and he's bought in. So I'm like, okay, Ernie gets fired, and all of a sudden Ted is like, I gotta get this right. And so he's made strides in the right areas so far to get it right. Okay, so that's one thing. You got rid of Ernie, that's the Wizards. Then I'm like, of course, I gotta bring it up with Bryce Harper not being with the Nets. Of course, everyone is like, wow, Bryce Harper was supposed to get all this money. Bryce was supposed to do this and do that. Bryce is gone. And now, look, the Nets are World Series bound. Whoa. Even with having a solid roster, it wasn't like the star-studded, that one person that was just like, I mean, we had a one person, but it wasn't just that wow factor. That guy is on the team, all that fanfare. So I'm like, is that one person? That's for the Nats. And I was getting ready to say something about somebody else. I don't know, because the Redskins haven't fired anybody. Oh, well, I will go ahead. Well, I'll say, yeah. I mean, right. They did fire Jay Gruden. See how fast I forgot? Same people. Same. So, but the preparation, though, right, is already different. Like, how is the tone at practice completely different in a week than it was like the last 6 years? Like, how did that happen? Like, where are we right now? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, can one person truly change the culture? And maybe we'll talk about that later. Because that's what we're seeing, or that's a common theme, right? I mean, some of it can be just by chance. Some of it can be, like I said, somebody had a conversation with Davey. But there's something to be said, and that is a theme. We got to see what happens, because I just don't know. I don't know, y'all. Whew. I think we got through everything. I think we did. Let's go Nats. Next week, we'll be all in on the World Series in D.C. You guys, if you can't get to a game, because I know the game prices are like mortgage, like mortgage rates. But Get out in the city and enjoy some of this World Series. Shout out to the DC United as well. They're in the playoffs. If you can get to Audi Field is beautiful. Bring your coat because it's getting cold outside, but it's just been so, it's been some good times right now in the city. And like I had to laugh because the Redskins did win on Sunday. And everybody else in the NFC East lost this week in week 6. And I was like, well, what is happening? It's our time. So I guess everybody think the Redskins going to win out. No, they're not. But maybe. Maybe. Hey, listen, I like being wrong. I like being wrong in the right areas. Don't let me come up here and talk about how good you are and then you stink. Then I'd be upset. But if I say you stink in the beginning and then you turn out good, then I'm happy. But anyway, get out and enjoy. Next week, we'll be right into the World Series. Thank you all for joining us. It has been a blast. I will see you guys here next Thursday.
How about them Cowboys losing though?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody knows.
Hey,
We won. They lost. That's all I need.
Right.